We got a Brisco built 500i. I just got it back from him in the mail. He plugged the decomp. It has a Egan straight shot muffler on it. You can see there in the front. His numbers is on his channel in the video. He had a quick video about the porting and one of it running. It's got a brand new 28-inch Stihl RS chain right out of the box, no sharpening. I got this 28-inch Cannon Super Bar from Mitchell's Backyard Logging. I just got that, so this is the maiden voyage for it. Before I sent it to Charles, it has a West Coast Saw suspension kit in it to stiffen it up a little. And it's just got a stock air filter. I've got the air filter from West Coast Saw on order, but it hasn't got here yet. So this will be a first run for this saw, and we're cutting some red oak, some big red oak. But as you can see, it's covered in a lot of sand. I tried to clear out a path for the saw wherever I was going to cut. There's 4 logs sitting here, and they're all sandy as all get out. They were drug out of the river. But we'll see how it goes. I'll cut as far as I can until the chain gets dull. All right. So some thoughts about my first good run of the Brisco built 500. And it was a used saw when I sent it to him. He even fixed my trigger handle, which I appreciate. I kind of messed that up. He got that working for me. I appreciated that. Just didn't get around to fixing it myself. But yeah, it ran phenomenal. I mean, I think the video speaks for itself. Everything was effortless, really. The couple of times it kind of bogged out was me testing the suspension. It wasn't the saw. I was doing some twisting, some things just to see what I could get by with. So that was me testing the suspension and not the saw's fault. If I'd have let it cut, it would have cut right on through. But I got lucky and was able to get through that without damaging the chain. I'm sure that it's lost a little bit of its luster, but I got enough of that sand off of there to be able to cut. And it done really good. And to the left here, we got the 4910 saws. This is the blind port. It doesn't have a sticker, so we don't have any proof about that, Charles, about whether you built this or not, but I assure you he did. And this was my stock saw that I sent to him that apparently I had run to death, apparently. But he cleaned it up for me. It was nice enough to put new rings in it. I hadn't thought I had used it that much, but apparently I had. And it runs like a scalding dog. He even put his one-off custom muffler on the front of this thing. Let me tilt it up here and get in the light a little bit better. He had that on his, that real nice custom one that he did with the colors where he dyed the case and everything else. He was put that on there, which was really cool. It sounds really good. And this saw runs really good. In fact, I bought an 8-pin sprocket. I have a hard time feeding this saw enough wood to keep it off the rev limiter, to be honest. Once you get this thing revved up, it is a monster. I would say it doesn't have the complete low-end grunt that the blind port does. For some reason, the blind port is just a grunty, low-down saw. It runs really fast, even at low pulls. I don't know, it just does a good job. So it pulls a little harder down low, but once this thing builds up momentum, you can't slow it down. So I'm thinking an 8-pin, we'll see how that runs. And if it runs an 8-pin, I may even convert this to a 3/8 chain with a 7-pin, see how that goes. I don't know, we'll see what happens, but I'm definitely gonna try an 8-pin on this thing, because once you get it going, it is a monster. And this saw is effortless to limb with. It runs really good limbing. I don't know, I'm probably somewhere over 30 tanks through this one. I've lost count. I'm several hundred tanks of gas through the blind port, several hundred at this point. So more than 200 for sure, and other than that, I'm not sure, and it's running really, really well. And this is my first chainsaw, Husky 350. I recently got it back together, and I mean, it's a stock saw. I ran it for 22 years. I got really good service out of it. So I tore it down, I rebuilt the carburetor, and pulled the head off, cleaned up the piston and the cylinder. I widened the exhaust some. This is my first attempt at trying to maybe port just a little. Roughed up the intake a little to get that air to tumble and atomize, and the transfers just a little. Base gasket delete. Put an extra hole in the muffler, right? And that was it. But this thing runs phenomenal, to be honest. It runs really, really good. It doesn't run like the 4910s, but to be honest, it's not crazy far away, which is interesting. It's amazing how much this thing perked up. Oh, I put a new ring in it, but it still has the original piston, which is wore. I could have replaced that. And the stock cylinder, it's got, I don't know how much gas through it. Just tons and tons and tons. This is a very well used saw at this point. But it's still fun to run too. I've been real pleased with it. I figured it was a good saw to learn on because cylinders are so inexpensive, but very happy with all of these, especially this thing. Charles did a phenomenal job. I appreciate you working on it, Charles. You're a good man. I appreciate you taking my business in this instance. Thank you.